to the end of their life, did not sing or dance, did not play music and did not go to shows, for a day and a night will not sing or dance, will not play music, and will not go to shows. After having undertaken the Eightfold Discipline, he continues. Just as the Buddhas, until the end of their life, did not eat past midday, so I too, will not eat. I, pledge to observe the Eightfold Discipline and to imitate the qualities of the Buddha. This is the upavasa. Making the vow of observing it is meritorious. During successive lifetimes, one will not fall into the 3 unfortunate destinies or into the 8 difficult situations. I no longer seek the worldly happiness of a noble Chakravartin king, of a Brahma or a Sakra Devendra. I wish for the cessation of my afflictions, I wish to arrive at omniscience and to attain Buddhahood. 2. The taking of vows of the Upasaka. Question. How is the fivefold discipline taken? Answer. Here is the ceremony for taking the fivefold discipline. Bending one's knee and joining one's palms, one says, I, have taken refuge in the Buddha, have taken refuge in the Dharma, have taken refuge in the Sangha. To be repeated a second and a third time. I am an Upasaka of the Buddha Sakyamuni. May I be considered as someone who has taken refuge from today until the end of my life. The Master of Discipline then says, You, the Upasaka, listen. The Tathagata, Arhat, Samyaksambuddha, who knows and sees beings, has set 5 precepts for the Upasaka. You will observe these rules for the rest of your life. What are these 5? 1. It is a rule for Upasakas, as long as they live, not to kill living beings. This is why, as long as you live, you will no longer consciously kill living beings. If the Upasaka is capable of observing this rule, he should say yes. 2. It is a rule for Upasakas, as long as they live, not to steal. This is why, as long as you live, you will no longer steal. If the Upasaka is capable of observing this rule, he should say yes. 3. It is a rule for the Upasakas, as long as they live, to abstain from illicit sexual relations. This is why, as long as you live, you must abstain from forbidden sexual relations. If the Upasaka is capable of observing this rule, he should say yes. 4. It is a rule for Upasakas, as long as they live, to abstain from lying. This is why, as long as you live, you should no longer tell lies. If the Upasaka is capable of observing this point, he should say yes. 5. It is a rule for Upasakas, as long as they live, not to drink wine. This is why, as long as you live, you must not drink wine. If the Upasaka is capable of observing this rule, he should say yes. This is the fivefold discipline that the Upasaka undertakes to observe during his life. He will pay homage to the 3 jewels, the jewel of the Buddha, the jewel of the Dharma and the jewel of the Sangha of Bhiksus. He will exert himself energetically in meritorious actions and so reach the state of Buddhahood. 3. Why celebrate the upavasa of 6 days of fasting? Question. Why are the 6 fasting days chosen to take the Eightfold Discipline and to cultivate merit? Answer. During those days, the evil demons pursue people and try to take their lives. Sickness and calamities make these days unfavorable for people. This is why, at the beginning of the cosmic period, the saints recommended that people keep the fast, cultivate goodness and gain merit during these fasting days in order to avoid calamities. At that time the rule of fasting did not involve the observance of the Eightfold Discipline. The fast consisted merely of not eating for 1 day. Later, when the Buddha appeared in the world, he gave people the following advice. For 1 day and 1 night you should observe the Eightfold Discipline in imitation of the Buddhas, and you should abstain from eating past midday. Such virtue will lead people to nirvana. The Kata Devaraha Sutra. Thus the Buddha said in the Seut and Wang King. During the monthly 6 days of fast, the messenger princes and the 4 kings of the gods examine beings. If the people who cultivate generosity, observe morality and honor their parents are few in number, they go to the Tao Li gods and inform Che. Sakra and the gods are unhappy and say, "Surely the armies of the asuras are increasing and the armies of the devas are decreasing." If the people who cultivate generosity, observe morality and honor their parents are many, the gods and sakra are happy and say, "The armies of the devas are increasing and the armies of the asuras are decreasing." One day, seeing the joy of the gods, Che Tipo Na Min spoke this stanza. He who, for 6 days and the marvelous fortnight, pledges to observe pure morality to the end of his life, will be my equal in virtue. The Buddha said to the bhiksus, Sakra Devendra should not have spoken this stanza. Why? Sakra Devendra has not expelled the 5 obstacles nor the 3 poisons. How could he claim that by observing the discipline of 1 day that a man would definitely be like him in virtue and in reward for merit? The man who undertakes to observe this discipline will definitely be like the Buddha. This is true. As for the great gods, because of the joy that they experience, they will obtain an increase of merit. Furthermore, during the 6 days of fast, the evil demons torment people and spread trouble everywhere. But if there is some place, a hamlet, a village, a town, a district, a country or a city, where people observe the fast, observe the discipline and cultivate goodness, the evil demons are driven away and the region remains in peace. This is why, by keeping the fast and the precepts during these 6 days, one obtains increase in merit. 4. The origin of the 6 fasting days. Question. Why do the evil demons choose these 6 days to trouble people? Answer. The Tianti Penki King Sutra on Cosmogony says, during the first phase of the cosmic period, there was a son of a Fan Tian Wang, who was father of the demons and who practiced the asceticism of the Brahmacharan. For 12 heavenly years, he spent the 6 days in carving up meat, drawing blood and offering them to the fire. This is why the evil demons had a sudden renewal of power during these 6 days. Question. Why did the father of the demons busy himself during the 6 days with cutting up meat, drawing blood and putting them in the fire? Answer. Mo Hai Shu Lo is the foremost and greatest of the gods. Each of the gods has his share of days. Maheshwara, as his share, has 4 days per month, the 8th, the 23rd, the 14th and the 29th day. The other gods have 2 days per month, the first day, the 16th, and the second day, the 17th. The 15th and the 30th day are dedicated to all the gods together. Maheshwara is the chief of the gods. Since he has the largest number of days, the 4 days that belong to him are counted as days of fasting. Also counted as fasting days are the 2 days belonging to all the gods together. This is how there come to be 6 fasting days per month, the 8th, 14th, 15th, 23rd, 29th.